Most Amazon sellers think that hiring a few VAs will free up their time, but in reality it's what traps them even deeper inside daily operations. After building a team that helped scale our brand to 8 figures and helping over 100 sellers systemize, hire, and scale, I can tell you that it all comes down to making the right first few hires and giving them the right seats in your business. In this video, I'll walk you through the first 3 critical roles every Amazon seller needs to hire and exactly what they should be responsible for, so you can finally step out of the day-to-day and focus on growing your business again. Here's the real problem. Most sellers do eventually hire help, but they hire for tasks instead of building a real team. They bring on a VA or two, and some tasks get delegated here and there. But guess what? They are still stuck in the weeds because every decision still runs through them and every problem still ends up on their desk. And since they can only delegate tasks, not ownership, they actually create more work for themselves. That's why so many sellers hit a wall around 6 or 7 figures, because they are unable to get the right people in the right seats. So they are busy all day, but never really move the business forward. If you don't fix this early, it doesn't just slow you down, it steals the reason you started your business in the first place. Before we begin, I want to stress that there is no strict one-size-fits-all order here. Depending on your business, you might want to prioritize one over the others. But these 3 are the foundation. Almost every seller who grows beyond 7 figures starts here. One of my clients puts it well. After filling these roles in your business, you will feel 10 times faster than doing it alone. Here's what I'm going to walk you through for each role. We will cover key responsibilities, what they should actually own. Then their ideal qualifications to clarify the kind of person you are looking for. And lastly, performance KPIs. How to set clear expectations and track if they are doing the job well. Remember, when it comes to building a team, we always define the role first, in detail, so we can then easily attract relevant candidates and filter them out. Let's start with the brand manager. The days of stuffing your listings with keywords and hoping for the best are over. It's clearer than ever that if you want to win on Amazon today, you need real marketing. You need to understand your customer, communicate your unique selling points, and position your product as the best solution to their problem. And that's exactly what a great brand manager owns. They aren't just tweaking titles and bullet points. They are driving your brand forward by making sure your products actually connect with buyers. Here's what they will be handling day to day. They'll lead your product development pipeline, constantly researching new ideas and helping move them towards successful launches. They'll create and optimize your listings for maximum conversions. Everything from titles, images, and videos to A+ content and your storefront. And they also coordinate with freelancers like graphic designers, photographers, and copywriters to pull all the creative pieces together. Simply put, their job is to get more people to find your products and more of them to actually click and buy. Now, a lot of sellers think they've hired this out by getting a VA to tweak their listings or pull some keyword data. But there is a massive difference between that and having a true brand manager. Because conversion rate optimization and branding isn't something you do once. It's a continuous process. It takes constant iteration, deep customer research, and creative testing to keep improving. Same with product development. It's not about downloading filtered data from Helium 10 and calling it a day. It's about truly understanding your customers' problems and building products that serve them better than anyone else. That's the real job of a brand manager, taking full ownership of how your brand performs and grows. When you are hiring for this role, here's what you want to look for. First, you want someone with at least 3 years of experience managing private label brands on Amazon, and not just maintaining listings, but with a real track record of launching successful products. You also want strong technical skills. They should understand Amazon SEO inside and out, knowing how to optimize listings for conversions, and have hands-on experience running A/B tests. But beyond the technical side, you need someone with real marketing experience. Someone who knows how to think strategically about customer psychology, positioning, and messaging. Not just a seller-centered technician who knows how to click the right buttons. Now, once you've hired the right brand manager, you need to set clear expectations. Here are the 3 big KPIs you want them to own. First, they need to manage your product development pipeline. Their goal is to consistently add strong, validated product ideas and turn them into successful launches. You'll measure things like the number of new ideas added and the number of new products launched. Second, they need to optimize your listing conversion rates. That means constantly improving your listings to turn more visitors into buyers. You'll want to track this and look at how your listing conversion rates change over time, especially on your bestsellers. And third, they need to help you grow your market share in your niche. You'll measure things like your organic ranking on keywords and how your sales stack up against the competition. A good brand manager will help you scale. It was a key hire for my client Ben as well. It allowed him to get out of the weeds and quickly double his business. Next up, the operations manager. If the brand manager is the driver of growth, the operations manager is the one that keeps everything running. In smaller Amazon businesses, this role often evolves naturally, sometimes from your personal assistant or a generalist team member. They are your business's Swiss Army knife, filling gaps, solving problems, and keeping the whole operation moving. You are still a small business, so you can't afford a specialist for every little thing yet. Customer service, basic bookkeeping, researching, and reporting, all of it needs to happen, and you need someone who can help you manage all of the moving pieces of your business. Here's what your operations manager will be handling day to day. They will manage your project management systems, making sure tasks, deadlines, and team communications stay on track and organized. They will act as your operational right hand, gathering information, prepping reports, and helping you prioritize decisions without you getting dragged into the weeds. They will also research for you, whether that's finding new 3PL, exploring new sales channels, simply gathering the data you need to make the right decisions faster. Simply put, their job is to keep the back end of your business organized, accountable, and moving, so you can stay focused on the high-value work that actually grows the business. When you are hiring for this role, here's what you want to look for. You want someone with at least 2 years of experience in operations, project management, executive assistance, or a similar role, ideally in a fast-moving entrepreneurial business. They also need strong technical skills. They should be comfortable with project management tools like ClickUp or Asana, and they should have solid research skills, strong organization, and be highly proficient with spreadsheets. Now, once you bring in your operations manager, you need to set clear expectations around what success looks like. Here are the 3 big KPIs you want them to own. First, task and project completion rate. Their goal is to make sure projects and tasks across all departments gets completed on time. Basically making sure that the team is staying accountable without you having to chase them. Second, executive time saved. One of their biggest jobs is to free you up from the day-to-day operational grind. The target here is to save at least 10 to 15 hours per week of your time within the first 90 days, whether that's from scheduling, project coordination, research, or reporting. And third, meeting execution and follow-up rate. You want every meeting to have a clear agenda, documented action items, and follow-ups that actually get done. The goal is 100% of meetings have agendas, notes, and clear action items. A strong operations manager won't just take tasks off your plate. They'll make sure that the entire machine of your business runs without you having to touch every gear. If you are finding this content useful, make sure to give it a like and hit subscribe. It really helps the channel and lets me know to keep making more content like this. Last but not least, the supply chain manager. If sales and marketing drive revenue and operations keep the machine running, supply chain is the lifeblood that keeps your business alive. Because it doesn't matter how great your products and listings are, if you don't have inventory, you don't have a business. In the early days, most sellers tried to manage this themselves, juggling supplier emails and inventory spreadsheets. But as you scale, supply chain complexity explodes. And unless someone owns it proactively, you'll be constantly reacting, firefighting, and bleeding money. There is simply too much to gain by proactively optimizing your supply chain. You can't afford to put it back on the back burner like most sellers do. Here's what your supply chain manager will be handling day to day. They'll coordinate purchase orders and logistics, placing POs, booking shipments, handling paperwork, and making sure your goods are delivered on schedule. They'll forecast your inventory needs, tracking sales trends and planning orders ahead of time, so you're not scrambling when you run low or tying up cash in excess inventory. And they'll constantly analyze supply chain data, spotting risks, finding optimization opportunities, and keeping your landed costs under control. Their job is to simply make sure you always have the right products in the right place at the right time, without draining your cash flow. When you are hiring for this role, here's what you want to look for. Start with experience. You want someone with 3 to 5 years in supply chain management, and ideally someone who's already worked with Amazon. Then, look at their skill set. They need to be strong in supplier negotiation, shipping coordination, inventory forecasting, and data analysis. This is someone who knows how to keep things moving from end to end. Once your supply chain manager is in place, you'll want to measure their performance using 3 core KPIs. First, data and reporting accuracy. Your supply chain only works if the data is clean and accurate. Inventory levels, order statuses, shipment timelines, all of it needs to be up to date and reliable. You are aiming for 100% accuracy in your tracking systems, so you are not making big decisions based on bad data. Second, maintaining optimal inventory levels. The goal here is to avoid stockouts and avoid tying up cash flow in slow-moving inventory. A good benchmark is 0 stockouts on your best sellers. And third, supply chain efficiency and cost optimization. This is where a great supply chain manager really shines. They're not just ordering inventory, they are reducing landed costs, managing risks, and improving flexibility. Targets here should include reducing your total landed costs, implementing optimization projects, and maintaining backup options for key suppliers and freight forwarders. The whole idea behind this team structure is nicely summarized by another client, Natalia. It is not just about saving time, it allows you to focus on growth and strategy rather than operations. And that is what it's all about. Before you go, I've got something for you. I created a tool where you plug in a few key details about your business, and it shows you exactly who to hire first, what you should pay them, and more. It is called the Operational Freedom Planner, and it's part of our 8-figure brand Systemizer Toolkit. It also includes a step-by-step plan to remove yourself from the daily operations and our AI-powered Chief Operating Officer to help you systemize, hire, and delegate, plus a ton of other resources. It's completely free, and you'll find the link down below if you want to check it out. Bringing in the right people is crucial, but without the right systems behind them, your business will always hit a ceiling. That's why in the next video, I'm breaking down the ultimate guide to systemizing your Amazon business. 8 years of experience packed into one step-by-step video. If you want to build a team and a machine that scales without you, make sure to check it out. I will see you there.